Excuse me. Hey guys, what's going on? Me, Jay. It's just another update about the Cuban. The video on more stuff I learned about what's really going on in Cuba right now. And the Cuban freedom fight. Yeah, basically, I did a video on it, but I neglected to talk really about what is really going on the ground there and why a lot of Cubans are upset and fighting against their government and protesting against their government. Basically, what happened was, well, one, the Cuban government, the Communist Party of Cuba, claimed that they invented their own COVID vaccine, which I don't believe. It wasn't sanctioned by any other body outside what the Cuban Communist government said. So that vaccine isn't working, and people out there are dying, and people are out there having no food, and basically it's because of the embargoes. Once President Obama lifted the embargoes, President Trump put the embargoes back in, and now with the time of COVID, when Cuba really needs our help, and Cuban people are starving to death, they decide President Biden decides to go along with the sanctions, the reinstated sanctions of that Trump put in place. So this is bullshit, guys. You know what I mean? They're trying to starve the Cuban people out. They're trying to freeze them out in a similar way that Trump was trying to do with Iran, or what they tried to do with South Africa. Basically, BDS Cuba, boycott, divestment, sanctions. But they've been trying to starve out Cuba for the longest to try to enact a regime change. And even a lot of right-wing politicians that are of Cuban descent are saying, you know what, enough is enough of this BS, man. You know what I mean? The people there are starving, they need the COVID vaccine and they can't get it. And, you know, go through my video in the archives if you want to look at the history of it. But this is what's going on the ground. This is why, for the first time ever since the revolution, they're protesting. They're having a counter-revolution. And you know, it's really exciting. Even though it's not exciting to see people around the world really suffering with COVID. Before COVID, in 2019, you know, I have videos on my channel where I talk about, you know, people around the world rising up, you know, against their government. You saw it in Hong Kong. You saw it in Puerto Rico. You saw it in Israel. You saw it here in the United States. And then after COVID, you continued to see more of it. And now you're seeing it in Cuba. You know, pretty soon you're going to see it in North Korea. Pretty soon you might see it in Iran. Pretty soon you might see it in Saudi Arabia. Change is sweeping the world because of social media, man. I talk about it in my 2010s review. What happened in Egypt with the Arab Spring. What happened in America with the rise of BLM and the rise of the alt-right. You can't stop social media. People get online, they express their opinions, they link up with other people that have similar viewpoints, and they express how they feel, whether it's something trivial like wrestling or movies, or something really important like life-altering politics. Peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the bell button to see when my next video is coming out. Love y'all.